Here we are, the brave monster hunters.
Out in Woodhead Valley, currently along the bottom end of Torside Reservoir, just across the road, heading to Woodhead Tunnel, looking for signs of Sasquatch and ghosts. Maybe the ghosts of navvies who died.
Maybe ghost Sasquatches. Alien ghost Sasquatches.
Sasquatches that died, yeah, because they were killed by aliens during the construction of the railway. So there's all sorts of things for us to look out for.
But it's darker than the inside of a gorilla's arsehole out here.
It's darker than Theresa May's vagina out here. And colder.
But it is cold and wet, so that's where that's where it all falls down, our analogy.
I know what I better do, let's get these ups.
Okay, we'll see you when you're at the tunnel. And here we are. That's better. It was before I put. So this is the power of the Sofrin HL250R, I think.
Yeah, I'll shine it down here. We'll know Sofrin, yeah. H25LR because it's got the red light.
Yeah. So you can do this. Oh, or maybe not. So yeah, that's more. Look, see, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the red light. But there's a little torch on the thing down there. What's your pack, dude?
It's the Whisper Reindeer, 75 litres.
Nice.
It's got Molly on the front. These are detachable, but unfortunately there's no sort of setup where you can get a little yoke like you can with PLC pouches. It's got a top pocket there, and importantly, quite a good adjustable back system.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely rate. And gear loops on the bottom for my bedroll.
Yeah. Well, I think this is the Go Light 65, gifted to me by Dean.
It's a really decent bag. It's got side compression straps. I think that's undervalued on big bags.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. It's a bit heavy at the moment, and I've just done half the hike without putting on the waist belt, which was stupid of me.
And we have filled them with winter gear, warm, cosy.
Yeah, we got like triple layer sleeping bags,
high calorie food,
reflective mats, and loads of food, loads of snacks and stuff. Ready for tonight's monster hunt prep. We're not going to get lucky enough for it to be irradiated zombies.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, which sucks. But yeah, so maybe see you in a bit. This is nice and clear, actually. I don't know whether the audio is going to be good. But yeah, brilliant pack, and a nice lightweight pack. So that's our packs. I know it's not very interesting to a lot of people, but believe me, there are people out there that will definitely want to know what packs we're using. And we'll go through our clothing later on.
We're out now, walking down Torside. It's icy in bits. That sack there, just up ahead. But it's absolutely brilliant.
Enjoying a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
So I get some eyeballs on it straight away.
Up there in the distance, not too far away, a couple more 100 metres is the tunnel we're going to be staying in the mouth of, and we are 5 miles-ish down the valley, the very end, the lowest, coldest point in the valley.
Here we are, monster hunting in the scary cavern of the train tunnel. Tell us about your kit, Sam.
So I'm putting that on ground sheet first of all. Have you folded yours over or is yours one piece?
Ground sheet or the sleep mat?
Ground sheet?
I've just got it all flat out as one piece. I, however, do not give a toss about my ground sheet because it's a cheap Poundland tarp that I never had any use for until...
This off Amazon, I think it was like maybe 7 or 8 quid.
Yeah.
I wanted one that was meant to have a good hydrostatic head.
Well, my ground sheet is just that sort of horrible polythene. It's not even like woven material. It's just plastic.
I've had them ones before in fairness, because they're the proper tarps, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, well this one's actually my tent footprint as well.
Yeah.
So I just needed something that was like a bin liner basically, that would protect the bottom of my tent. And I was like, oh, got that. So there's a ground sheet down. That's a £2 AliExpress or Temu?
AliExpress, I got this one.
AliExpress reflective sheet, which weighs nothing. It's got 2 layers of mylar. It's awesome. Get one. We've got a funny story about why I don't have a quite complete one this evening.
Oh, well, yeah, don't buy one.
There's a reason that that's not on film. My stove decided to do a disassembly around the valve. So we had a few lively moments with flaming butane everywhere. Amazingly, no one was injured. Although the water had just started boiling as well. That was the annoying thing. And it burnt my one of those a little bit. And it completely killed a pair of waterproof trousers.
Oh yeah, those
They're gone.
Gone, yeah.
Yeah. So there are monsters, and it turns out to be me and my choice of stoves. And this is why you have a silicon trivet, because you can do shit like twist off containers of butane and shit while they're on fire. Briefly, anyway. So yeah, we're both a bit more awake now.
Drape a bit of that over my sleeping bag to kind of cut down the wind off it a little bit. I can do that as well.
Alright. Cool.
And also, I'm thinking I'm going to prop my rucksack up, but then have it like, put that over it.
Not so you get a pillow.
Not exactly a pillow, but just a bit of extra material sort of
Alright.
over there.
This evening's libations are a combination of I can't remember what's your whiskey?
Sorry?
What whiskey did you bring?
Bushmills.
Bushmills, which is very nice.
Second, whatever it's called, double distilled or something.
And in my Austin Powers flask, I've got some Lefroy. We've had some pretty good coffee. And yeah, we're out here. What do you reckon the temperature is? About -3?
Yeah.
That's -3. There's like snow on the ground out there. We'll do some video in the morning of it. So I'm just inflating his sleep mat, and we're doing one sleeping bag inside the other tonight. Maybe a liner. But yeah. If monsters come, we're going to be a bit too busy to film. Hey, we should think about getting body cams. Okay, speak to you later.
We've made it. We'll just make out telegraph power pile in the background. The wires disappear into the ground and run under here and then into there, which is going to be our home for the night. There's Zac. Area there where there's a bit of bird poo. We're not going to kick under there. It appears to be eating lots of maybe rowan berries. There's tons of seeds in them. And then obviously there's a drip there, so we're not going to camp near there. So yeah, this area here. There we go. We're going to get nice and cosy in a minute and get some food.
Okay, so we don't have video of how we got our bed set up, unfortunately. We don't even have good steady video, don't we? But if you can see, it's sleeting inside the tunnel. So we've taken the interesting step, and when we stop I'll catch up with you, tell you how far back we are. But we are bugging out, as you can see, all our stuff's packed down. Sam has packed his gear a lot more neatly than I would have done. You okay, dude?
Yeah, man. Well, get some energy before we set off.
But it is like 2 in the morning, isn't it?
Later than that, I think.
So it's just sometimes you just got to pack down your shit and go, no, I'm not dying for this. So if anything was going to turn up and attack us, it would have done it by now. So yeah, you can see it's really coming down, and it's also it's 4 AM. So you know, if we'll be back at the car shortly before sunup, or at sunup. That'll be a positive. But we are going to take it slow because it's 5 miles back through the snow and the sleet now, whereas it was just snow before. So yeah, we'll be back in a bit. Yeah, so this is us afterwards, like a day later, after we got back at like 8 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Well rested and well fed
Yeah.
after our epic adventure.
Yeah, so I think we took all the right gear.
bar bivvy bags.
Bar
We should
bivvy
have
bags.
taken
If we'd had bivvy
yeah.
bags, we'd have stayed.
We'd relied too heavily on the tunnel being far enough in the tunnel not to get hit by the elements. But yeah, we were unfortunate with the wind changing direction significantly. Snow that wasn't forecast, snow and sleet that wasn't forecast, and a bit of rain until the morning.
Yeah.
Coming early. So yeah, bivvy bags, and I feel like a tip because I said to myself, I should probably pack my bivvy bags at night. You're going to be fine. Going to be warm enough. You'll be in the tunnel. It won't be that windy. You've got 2 sleeping bags and a sleeping bag liner. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we were toasty warm in our sleeping bags. That was the annoying thing.
was the annoying thing. Yeah,
just had warm feet. We're all chilled out. So essentially, we had like a standard sleeping bag, and I think we both had a jungle bag inside that.
Yeah, the army issue one, not the snug pack one. So mine was a -4 at the very extreme end, so it would have been cold in it on its own. But I put that inside a jungle bag because it's significantly bigger. My Vango one, the inner bag was like one of them small compact sleeping bag, like mummy elasticated type ones, and then just like a lightweight fleece liner inside it.
I mean, theoretically, the outside of my sleeping bag is water resistant, but when that sleet started coming down, and you can see it in the video, it was proper coming in.
Oh, it was settling on my bag, especially the head
being
end
exposed
and melting,
to it for hours while you're asleep was definitely would have definitely been a no.
Yeah,
there's no way we could have done if we got
the best thing to do.
Bags had got wet and our clothes that we were wearing and the clothes that we were keeping inside the bag had gotten wet. That walk back, the sort of nearly 4 hours, 3 hours 45 minutes to cover 5 miles, and
there's a lot of snow.
We felt we were going at a reasonable clip.
Yeah.
We stopped a couple of times because it was just we had to, because both Sam and I had been up for at that point. Getting on for 24 hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think when we set off, I think we were getting on for like I was up early that day to do bits, and so the walk back was a bit weird. I don't know, surreal. It felt the last couple of miles because I was so tired. At one point, I'm convinced I was walking. I was like, I don't know, almost wanting to close my eyes whilst I was walking at one point.
Yeah.
Despite I say it was. The thing is, other than that, it was good. If we'd have brought the bivvy bags, that's the lesson there.
And it was an excellent endurance test.
Yeah, we spent like close to 14 hours in the dark.
An excellent decision-making test.
Yeah, we did. I think we weighed up the options. We did the right thing. Had the weather been different, it was -6.
Yeah,
we would have been walking in those temperatures in wet clothes, or maybe a bit warmer because it would have been daytime by the time we'd slept through and got up. Maybe it would have been -3 or 4, but still we'd be walking in damp, very least damp, possibly wet clothes. We had some spare layers in it that wouldn't have been affected, but fundamentally my pants and everything were in the sleeping bags. Obviously warming them up for the morning, and they would have got wet. I just think we had to weigh up the risk. 5 miles-ish, just over 5 miles back to the car. Not a straightforward walk, even though there was no hills involved, and not a technical walk, as in we need to check the map because we were going down.
I mean, there were no hills involved, but every time we went up in elevation, we felt it. I was feeling it in my. I am 10 years older.
Towards the end, the last mile or so towards the end was a bit arduous because I think we've been up for so long.
But I got in and everything hurt.
But in terms of layering and that,
it was a funny adventure the second we were in the car.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable. It was dark when we arrived. Straightforward walk down the reservoir, so we had no risk of navigating, getting lost in the dark. So we were just walking alongside some reservoirs. Good use of torches. We got to use our head torches. Both sporting the Sofern H2LR, isn't it? Was it
H25?
H25.
H25R.
Possibly got it in my bag here just to double check. Let's see. Just to double check we're getting the right torch.
I've got mine here, but I don't want to get out. But it's on camera.
Yeah, it's in the car. Yeah, good point. Actually, check the video.
But I think if you're going to do it in extreme weather, I think if you're monster hunting in general,
deposit it somewhere.
Go with someone, because then at least you've got one other eyewitness.
Yeah.
And also, if you're going in bad weather, you've got some backup.
Yeah.
You've got someone to make a phone if you really fuck up. You've got somebody to sort of like make a sensible decision with. Bring
bait and maybe bait to attract monsters. A study's found that people who
go out and take hallucinogenic mushrooms in the woods.
Are you saying my shiny white arsehole wouldn't be enough?
No, they're more likely to have a Bigfoot sighting. So it's possible that something in the mushrooms, when you eat them, makes you more perceptive. Makes you smell more attractive to Bigfoot, and that's why people on mushrooms are more likely to report seeing creatures in it, all sorts of mythical creatures in the forest, not just Bigfoot, but it's something to do with the smell of the magic mushrooms. Once a person eats them, makes these things more likely to appear.
Well, I think we made a good team because we're both quiet enough in the main when we're walking along to see stuff like deer and things like normally skittish animals.
Keep an eye out.
We saw some interesting tracks.
Saw quite a bit of deer sign, deer tracks.
Loads of rabbit sign.
Saw some rabbit, quite a lot of rabbit sign, weren't we?
Yeah,
lots of
like if you were there and shit kicked off, you'd be like, we need to make some snares.
There's just some food, get some
because they were very obvious about where
Heard
they were
an owl at one point as well, didn't we? We were coming down Tor side. Well, yeah, good use of the torches.
Frightened the shit out of some hikers.
Yeah, did that on a few occasions. Yeah, family walked past us about
they were well jumpy.
A little bit scared. They were, like, what are these guys?
We only realised they were jumpy, and they were like on their way past us. And it sounds really weird to say we're not a threat.
It'd be interesting.
That's not what you want to know in the dark.
It'd be interesting to know where they went, because the only way they could have gone, you can't get back across.
But there's that road that goes up to the main road.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. That's the only place they must have gone is all the way up there, and they must have had the car. There's a car park just up there. However, it's that side of the road closure barrier, so if they decide it's snowing a lot, we've got to close the road. If they're about that, it's not like they put some fence out. They lock it. You're not getting past.
Can't get by.
Yeah. They've got like big, it's like a big set of thin gates that are always there. And if that road's too dangerous, then that's getting locked in because you can't get out. There's bits where you could go sliding in the snow and off the sides. Obviously, you're not falling hundreds of meters, but you're making a headache for
fucking ice on the way back. I really went over twice.
Yeah,
and in proper turtle mode, because it's like our pack's probably weighed about 15 kilos plus. I did get rid of as much water as I could get away with. And if you are hiking back through shitty weather, make sure you hold on to it, and it's like 5 miles or so. Hold on to at least a litre of water.
Yeah, we kept.
Don't empty out the whole lot.
Even though we were near sources of water and we had the means to boil it.
Just fuck that in the middle of the night.
Didn't have to mess around at 4 in the morning when we wanted to get back. But yeah, the pluses are though. There was positives. We'd packed the sleeping bag setup that we'd had is suitable for -6. Because we were both very warm.
Yeah.
I just literally took everything off apart from my thermals, and I'm thinking I should just take, if it weren't sleep by that time it started sleep.
Yeah, if you're going out and it's going to be less than 5 centigrade, you can work out the Fahrenheit. Yeah. You've got Google. But if it's going to be about that at night, it could get a bit colder, especially if you're at a low elevation, which we were.
But the torches,
we're in a valley basically, so the cold air will just sit there.
We've both got the same head torches. The head torches are up for the task, so that's another positive. My battery lasted, considering we walked for like 4.5 hours the way there. It was on for 4.5 hours. Medium for the majority of the time. It's like 240 lumens. I said not happy about the spacings. 240 lumens for me is too high. 100 lumens for medium. The next mode down's 36. We needed it brightish to be able to see ice and stuff. Did kind of miss the function of double tapping to be able to see far ahead, because that would have made it easier to like, what's up ahead now? How icy is it up there? How snowy is it?
I would add that it's probably a good idea to have a torch that runs on a completely different set of batteries that's just in your kit.
Well, for the way
so you're not tempted to swap them out, because I think that that head torch does drink power pretty hard.
I don't know, I think...
Or I've got crappy 18650s.
Yeah, maybe you need to...
I need to get better 18650s.
Yeah, give them... Because they would have all obviously discharged a lot, so give them good charging and see what happens there.
I was taking batteries out of other torches to power the head torch.
Because you had the Sofrim one, but that didn't last... that cut out, because you got the Sofrim one, that cut out before mine.
Yeah. So if you're using 18650 torches, have at least one torch that's double A's or something. Yeah,
so on the way back I wanted to trial, I've done it before, but I've got the Lumitop tool, I think it's 2.0 AA. I've got that. I realise that it's 2.0 because there's actually 3
pretty
versions.
Much
one's got different
like just a cob pen torch that's got like a lantern feature on it.
Something that gives you directional light
Yeah.
for walking, ideally.
Because
yeah,
to be fair, not often when we've been wild camping have we actually needed torches.
for that long, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's sort of like, seriously, having a good head torch was a lifesaver in
Yeah.
that situation. We'd have been
Yeah.
truly fucked.
and not a good head torch, but good head torch and a lot of spare batteries.
Yeah.
Because
Or a good
we
head
walked-
torch and a bright but largely shitty head torch that's got, say, 3 AAAs in it that you know is going to last you a long while.
backups for your backups.
And it did have the facility to charge 18650s,
Yeah.
but we weren't there
On
long
the
enough
move,
to
yeah.
set it all up. So
So
yeah,
The thing to consider is if you're going to be hiking in the dark, let's say hiking in the dark, think, right, I've got to go point A to B, that's where I'm camping, I'm coming back in the morning. When you're packing your batteries and your spares, think, you know what if I get there and I have to come back like we did? We had spare batteries. I had a spare battery, my head torch once mine died, and then one more spare battery in the form of a hand torch that I had that then could have gone in the head torch. Should the head torch fail, you know, then I can use the hand torch, same batteries. But yeah, consider I'm walking 5 hours in the dark, so maybe think my batteries last this long in my torch. Pack yourself at least one other set. So if you do get in that situation, oh, my torch is dying as I get there, but I'll be up in the morning anyway once my tent's up, and I can trot back in the daylight. Yeah, do that. And as Zac was saying, maybe either two torches of the same battery type, or one torch and then another torch that's equally as good or nearly as good as your main torch with different batteries, because you won't want to be used to 200 lumens.
I would have settled for my lantern torch being clipped to my waist pouch, my waist strap on my back, just so I could see the ice in that particular instance. Just, you know, in the end, I mean, because I had assumed, don't do this, I'd assumed that my torch batteries were all charged. And in the end, I was using the phone light.
Yeah.
I know.
I couldn't look after that point.
It was absolutely necessary because I'd used up all the 18650s while we were there. But anyway, and the other thing is I definitely need to be more organised, and I've come up with a way of doing that. Yeah. But a third thing is, if you're going to have spare torches or spare batteries, when you pack down, if you've got to pack down like we did, put that shit right at the top of your pack, so you don't have to empty anything out in order to get replacement batteries. So
I keep mine in a little pouch.
It was awesome. We've got ideas of where we're going to go next.
Well, before we cover off what we're doing next, one other positive, we've gone through sleep systems, warm enough, head torches we had up to the task, the fully charged batteries for the Sofin. You're getting at least 5.5 hours on it, on medium, which is 240 lumens, before it starts flashing and letting you know the battery's low. And I had it higher than that sometimes. But yeah, it was on consistently for like 5.5 hours, I think, before I actually got in my sleeping bag. Which was warm enough. So the sleep systems were covered, torches were covered. Make sure you got lots of spare batteries.
Food.
The food as well. But the layers, the layering.
Oh yeah, definitely wear good thermal underwear. I was wearing combat trousers, good thermal underwear, and a pair of underpants. We were out for close to 14 hours. Some of that time was spent in a sleeping bag, but the majority of it not. We were no problems with being too cold. I had a spare layer we weren't cold, even on the way back. At no point did either of us go, "Oh, I'm fucking freezing," and we weren't cold in the tunnel. We weren't even cold when the sleet was hitting us.
Yeah, because we were not sleeping bags by that point.
We were fully layered up. We had 3 top layers and 3 bottom layers on. We were wearing good boots. We had a nice windproof, waterproof layer, both of us. Yeah. That's really important.
I cracked out for you got yours on for the walk there, but I kept mine in my bag for the because it were not a hint of snow or rain on the walk there.
But we were warm, we were well fed.
The way back,
we put together some very cheap. You can see in some of the photographs what we put together in our ration bags.
There was nothing I brought either that I was thinking I wouldn't be using or didn't end up using. I used my folding knife for cutting Christmas cake, for instance, and cheese for my cup of soup. If we were there overnight, I would have used all the bits in my ration pack. There was nothing. I could see that if I was there the next day, I'd have piles of. I probably had extra noodles and cup of soups because obviously, if we were out for longer than planned. A few extra bits and a couple more flapjacks than I probably would have needed, but still,
we could have,
obviously,
with what we
food's a good
had
idea.
between us, we could have probably lasted out there for 3 days if we really wanted to.
Yeah, I reckon so.
I
Yeah,
had loads of snacks, loads of like high sugar stuff, just because it was
wouldn't have
cold.
been able to go too mental, but yeah, with a teeny bit of rationing, a tiny bit, I think. Yeah,
I had at least, I had another soup, I had a mug shot, and I had something else.
yeah, I had a couple of
like
packets
a couple
of
of
noodles.
pastorables.
Yeah, cut pastas, peanuts. No, not peanuts. Normal nuts, and then some flapjacks. And
I had
loads of them
a
Tunnocks
couple of
biscuits.
flapjacks. We had a couple of Tunnocks biscuits
Pails
left.
of Tunnocks biscuits. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, all in all, it was a good test of everything. A few little lessons have been learned. We're going to change it up for the next time.
Bring the bivvy bag.
But if you got the option,
yeah,
bivvy bag or a big builder's bag. But I think you really can't fuck around with an emergency sleeping bag.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a build.
If I'd taken my proper emergency sleeping bag, that is waterproof. I could have put that over the whole top of everything I got.
Is it breathable though?
No,
yeah,
but it's open at the top, so yeah, the heat and the. Yeah, you probably get some moisture build up by the morning.
So yeah, that's what I want to avoid. I'd have something breathable as a
which would have been
bag.
almost as much as being sleeted on. Yeah, bivvy bag.
Yeah, because it's that cold. Like I say, it was -6-ish where we
you
were.
need something to cover over your head as well when it's really throwing it down.
Yeah, you want to get.
And we would have toughed it out, but
you want to make sure you're not. But yeah, I wish I had my bivvy bag.
Just didn't have to be.
Out.
Didn't want to be stupid. And,
yeah, you have to avoid the risk of getting wet. And not the Nicki Minaj type of getting wet, the hypothermia inducing type of getting wet.
Yeah.
We wanted to avoid that, but it was good fun. We got out there. Should we for some reason have fell a bit foul in that sort of weather? What would we have done? We would have sat there in our waterproofs and all our layers. For some reason we couldn't leave and the sleet was coming in. At least we had that option.
I don't think there was any shot really until you get to the woods coming back.
No, because the majority.
So you'd have
wood,
had to have walked 4 miles just to get.
The bit of wood near the tunnel is deciduous, so yeah, and small sort of shrubbery-ish, like littleish, youngish trees.
But the last mile when you go, when we came back over the dam, you could have done that. You could have just huddled under the best fir tree that you could find.
Yeah.
But by then we were a mile from the car, so it was just like,
and some bits of the walk were exposed as well because you're along what used to be railway embankment alongside the reservoir. So you'd be bits where you're walking, it go through little thickets of trees, not too bad. Then you bits where you're getting a bit wind blasted for a while.
You can definitely see why a lot of like tribal people have got like multiple words for snow and ice.
Yeah,
because we must have seen about 6 types, going everything from just like powdery, crunchy, skiable snow down to just ice.
There is a noticeable, because I mean it weren't. We sort of like, probably because of where we started, we had to go down, across, and then up again. So we're probably 4 miles in a straight line from the camp where we parked the car. We could just fly across. So, and it's different sort. Yeah, it's hills there still, but it's more open, wider there. Near the car park and around that end of the reservoir, the hills are more open and not as steep and close in. Then further up you get the valley, it's more steep and close in, so it's as if you can tell the difference in temperature.
It certainly came a cropper with an easterly wind.
Yeah, and that was the thing. All the way there, the wind was blowing towards us. Fine, it's going to be blowing away from the tunnel. This is going to be great. This is going to be fine. And I thought even if the wind changes, we'll be right. We can go right to the back.
It literally did a 180 as soon as we were near the tunnel.
Yeah, in fairness, once we
when you can see on the video just how much sleet's coming in a few seconds, and it was properly building up on the outer layers of our sleep systems. But yeah,
in fairness, probably even though it sort of calmed down the weather, it rained and sleeted a considerable amount for probably an hour and a half to 2 hours. Not as he deluges, but I was in my waterproof,
and we had checked
waterproof was
the fucking weather
on
the internet.
It was going to snow at about 8. But not, it weren't going to start because it started, I think, at about 2 lightly coming in on us, and then by 4 it was like this stuff's building up on the old sleeping bags now.
Yeah, well, it was a good endurance adventure. I think Expedition 1 was a total success.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in terms of we found the monsters within to push on, and we walked like 5 and a bit miles to get there. Had some food and everything,
and then a much worse 5 and a bit miles going back.
5 and a bit miles back on no sleep. So it was in that respect we found the monsters within. That was all right. Yeah, we didn't even find a can of monster
No.
on the trail, let alone any sort of mythical or real monsters.
But that's how you've got to go out there to find the monsters.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not going to come knocking on your door asking if you've heard the good news.
Got to go out there hunting for beasts, even if it's to find the beast within.
The beast.
Yeah. Was it a Sasquatch? Was it a Loch Ness monster? Was it a Katie Price? Only time will tell what's out there.
Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching the after action bit. I'll tack it on to the end of all the other video. It's only going to be like...
Hope to see you soon. And if you know of a place that's got some monsters and you want some experts to come and flush these monsters out for you, then give us a shout.